Hi guys, back with Bassingtons. I hope you're all well. I hope you're keeping safe. I just want to do a follow-up video to the vlog I recently put out about saying you shouldn't treat watches as investment pieces. Instead, you should treat them as luxury items. Now, shortly before I put that vlog out, I was contacted by a viewer who was offered a Rolex Hulk, you know, the green dial, green bezel Rolex Submariner. And it was a 2019 model with box and papers. It wasn't UK sourced. It had been sourced from a Rolex authorized dealer in one of the Arab countries, and he was offered it at £13,500. And all he intended to do was to put that watch away in the safe and in 10 years' time sell it. And he wanted to know if that was a good investment. I told him that, you know, you shouldn't treat watches like that. They are luxury items and they're designed to be worn. But before I got back to him, I did look online. I looked at particularly one well-known watch dealer in the secondary market. His name remained nameless. I noticed they had about 750 Rolexes in stock, which is way more than they normally have in stock. But in the Submariner section, they had 11 Hulks when they would normally have 2. And you know, that watch is in high demand because it's been discontinued, but also because it's green. And green is the sort of new black. It's very much in vogue. You know, we've got Patek Philippe producing a green dial. We've got Audemars Piguet producing a green dial. We've got Omega producing a green dial. We even have Tag Heuer producing a green dial. But I think in years to come, it will not be so in vogue. And if anything, it'd be looked upon as a little garish. If you went back to the 1970s, brown was the colour everybody wanted. Interiors of houses were decorated in brown. Everybody wanted a brown car. Well, I haven't seen a brown car in years. So I think those are the two reasons. But here's the thing I just cannot get my brain around. That watch was produced for 10 years. It was produced in a large volume. It wasn't a limited run. You know, tens upon tens of thousands of this watch have been produced. And you know, it's nothing special. It's a Submariner with a green dial and a green bezel. Wow. You know, are we meant to be impressed by that? Yeah, exactly. So, you know, those are the reasons why I said I don't think it's going to reach stratospheric levels. And I got back to him and said, look, I'm not here trying to predict what the watch market is going to do. But these are my views. He came back and said, you know what, I'm going to take a pass on it. Yeah, and I'll put the money perhaps into stock, shares, ISAs, investment trusts, unit trusts, bonds, wherever. Now, people will say, oh, but watches are an investment. Yes, they have been in the last 18 months in particular, because we've gone through COVID and people like to have money tied up in a tangible asset rather than in a paper asset. You know, the markets, you know, really went into panic stations when we went into the first lockdown, and everybody took the money out and they put it into things like luxury items like jewelry, like watches, or just into gold. That's sort of stabilized now. Also, I think when you see the bandwagon, it's too late. I think everybody jumped onto the Rolex bandwagon, and now people have perhaps got their fingers burnt with it, and you're seeing an oversupply within the grey market. But you know, investment pieces, you need rarity, you need scarcity. And this Rolex Submariner, more commonly known as the Hulk, was produced for 10 years in large volumes. It is not a rare watch. So you'll say, what is? Well, okay, we'll take a diver. We'll take a luxury brand. We'll take Glashutte Original. We'll take the SeaQ. Here's a picture of it coming up. Beautifully engineered watch. It's actually based on the 1969 Spizomatic, a picture of it coming up here now. Now, what they did when they launched this watch, they produced a limited run. It was an exact copy of the Spizomatic. Here it is, picture of it coming up now. And they produced only 69 of them, obviously from the year 1969. Now that would, or I can guarantee you, that will be a great investment piece. The problem is trying to get your hands on one of those pieces. After all, only 69 were produced. It is, after all, incredibly easy to get your hands on a Rolex Hulk. Tens of thousands of those were produced. Stay safe and stay tuned.